Goody goody, everyone! This is Dayhawk bringing to you episode 24 of Shaman King 2021. Well, this episode was such a massacre. It's a very sad episode, but I have to be honest here. I don't feel too bad about the X Laws, especially after how many people they killed or tried to kill. And in that first match they had kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because again, what did Team Niles do to deserve to be killed off the way the way they did? Because they were judged for their sins, whatever that means, and they got killed. And talk about karma in a way. Um, so the episode starts where it leaves off with Yo and Lyserg, and they had a brief talk, and I kind of knew in the back of my head that Yo is only gonna ask him, "Hi, how are you? Are you doing okay?" "Yeah." "Okay, goodbye." That's it. And it was what I predicted it would happen, because in this scene they had a brief talk. Yo asked Lyserg, "Are you okay? Are you doing well?" And Lyserg said, "Yeah, I'm doing okay, and thank you for coming, and how did you find me?" And it was due to Amidamaru. Apparently it wasn't easy for him to hunt him down, but he did. And and um so they're in the harbor, and the X-Laws are sleeping in a ship. And apparently, according to Lyserg, that they're not allowed to be up at night outside, especially past bedtime. And Yo was about to leave because he got his answer, and Lyserg stopped him like, "Hey, like, thank you for coming, but I need to say something to you," which was he wanted to apologize for leaving the group so abruptly and without saying anything. And Yo was like, "Don't mention it." And I, like, when the time is right, you will tell me or tell us your reasons why you left. I'm not going to pressure you or anything. And this is the part that was kind of disappointing. And this is just me talking. Um, for the longest time, I wanted to know what the Great Spirit gave Lyserg in that vision that made him decide to jump ship. And here I thought this is going to be the perfect opportunity to tell Yo, okay, the Great Spirit came to me with this vision, and this is the one of the reasons why I left. And then be like, "Oh, okay." No, it didn't happen that way. And Lyserg explained that he felt insecure in the group. He felt weak, and it felt weak, and he thought that maybe joining the X-Laws will help him out, especially since they, like I said, he and the X-Laws share a common goal. But Like, okay, fine. It was disappointing. I didn't get the answer I wanted, but still, it was a reason. And as Amidamaru and Yo was about to go back home, they were stopped by Marco by gunpoint, and then he slaps Lyserk. And this is not the first time Marco. I'm sure it was only Marco because I'm not sure that the other X-Laws does this, but Lyserk has been abused physically. Because remember back in their first match, after he didn't kill the leader of Team Nile, remember, Marco kicked the Iron Maiden at him, publicly humiliating him, and just it was awful. It was really awful. And then after the brief talk, Yo noticed something like scars on his chest. And then now with Marco slapping him like that just because he's not sleeping and he's outside talking with the quote unquote the enemy. I mean, Jesus, it's like, if I were Yo, this is another reason why this scene was so disappointing, because he could have just pointed out, like, dude, we all saw what happened to you in your match. Why are you still with them? Why? Even now, where I'm just literally seeing these scars on your chest, and Marco slapping you because you're not supposed to be awake past midnight or whatever. I mean, I don't know what you think. Put on the comments section below, and what do you think? You agree? Like, I don't know. This is just like frustrating, because if this is one of my friends and I see him getting the same treatment as Lyserk, I'll be calling him out, Marco out, everybody who's involved is like, what the hell? Like, what is this? This is supposed to be your teammate. Why are you physically abusing him like that? And so, after the slap, Marco wanted to interrogate Yo because he thinks that he's one of Hao's followers. And as he was about to sick all the X-Laws on Yo, out of nowhere, or from the bottom of the sea, the Iron Maiden appears and stopped everything and tells Marco to stand down. Yo just came and wanted to talk to Lyserk, and he shouldn't be treated the way that he's getting treated right now. And to the point where she is offering membership to the X-Laws. Like, she's like, let's welcome him as an X-Law, and you're welcome to join us. And everybody was like, what did you just say? And you could see Marco's reaction, especially Yo's reaction. It's like, what the hell? Like, this is so unexpected. And I just came to visit to see a friend. That's it. And Yo pointed out, and I like his response to the offer. And his number one reason is well, one, Anna will have a hissy fit if I decide to join you guys. So Anna's not gonna allow me to join. He brought out Anna first, which is like, Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Like if I have someone like Anna around and and someone offer me to join their team, I'll be like, no, I can't, because if I do, my partner is going to kill me. And another thing he mentioned is that I don't like the way you handle things, and with good reason. And so the Iron Maiden ends up crying tears, and then tears of blood. Marco went cuckoo crazy, but luckily Yo kind of stopped him. And the Iron Maiden said, just stop, just stop. And she felt really bad, and because eventually they will meet and he will be judged. And so Yo just leaves, and because he has a match the next day or something, and pay his respects, and he just leaves. And into heading to the arena, we get to see the first match of the day, I believe, if I remember. And mind you, again, I just seen this episode and I have no notes, so I have no notes. The first match of the day, or match 4 actually, is against Hanagumi versus T Production, which consists of the 3 girls from O1 that I talked about in my O1 videos. And they beat Team Production rather quickly. And so they advance, and guess what? The next match is between Hoshi Gumi versus X3. So Hao is in this team versus Vanstar, Kevin, and what's the lady's name? I forgot her name. It's in the tip of my tongue. I think it's Meene. Meene? Yes, sorry. I will keep butchering Japanese names. I'm so sorry. And so um so they start the match, and Hao is the one that's gonna is the only one there versus 3, so it's gonna be 1-on-3, and he's very confident, and rightfully so. And so the 3 unleash their angels, and Hao checks his oracle bell to see how much Furyoku they each of them have. One of them had 9700. The other is 8300, and the last one is 1500, I believe. And even with that high of number, How is like, oh, how small, Chichena. And so all 3 of the angels try to attack him, and guess what? The spirit of fire comes out and kills one of them really quickly. So Meene is the first to die, and while witnessing this killing, the start of a massacre, poor Manta, he just, after seeing so much, he's like, I need to go stop this. And he was stopped by the Miromaru, and Yo's like, you can't. They're still fighting. And even if Marta goes down there, there's no way the match is ever gonna stop. There's no way. I feel bad for him, I really do, but he has no choice but to witness this thing. And even Yo is like, ugh. But then Kevin is next and decides to attack Hao, but again, just like Meene, he gets killed rather quickly. And then there's a brief flashback where Marco, Lyserk, Meene, Vanstar, and Kevin were there. And Marco is still slapping Lyserk around because Marco thinks that he's very soft, and you can't afford to be soft, especially when you're facing against Hao. And Kevin, Vanstar, and Meene appear and just told Marco to stop, and told Marco that being soft and being kind are two separate things. And Lyserk is the kindest person in the world. And they're like, his kindness is gonna help us bring justice. And here's the thing too. When Meene died, both Kevin and Vanstar, they were calm. And they were calm and collective. And Horo pointed that out, and Hao as well. Like, wait a minute. One of your comrades just got killed. Why aren't you feeling sad? Going on a rage? Nothing. Like, why aren't you feeling, rage and sadness? And in this flashback, when it was announced that they were facing Hao, they had a meeting, and that's when they were talking with Lyserk right after the meeting. They pretty much told Lyserk that we know we're gonna die, and we accepted it. But our sacrifice will not be in vain, because our main goal is to find Hao's weakness, so that once Hao meets with the Iron Maiden can finally kill Hao and bring justice. And it's kind of like it's a sad flashback, and we get to go deep into the X-Law's philosophy, because after Kevin and Meene died, it shows that they're willing to do whatever it takes to kill Hao, even if it cost them their lives. And those three, I'm sure, had a brief talk. They talked to the Iron Maiden, and they accepted that they're probably not gonna survive. And that's what makes it all sad, all this sad. And so, after the flashback, Vanstar gets stabbed by the Spirit of Fire. And this match, it's all about discovering the weaknesses of Hao. That's pretty much what it was. And Hao kind of figured it out, I'm sure he knew a long time, like before the match started, and he goes on telling everybody that his weakness, well, the spirit of fire's weakness is if there's no air, there's no reason to burn things. Because as we know, what makes fire burn is you need oxygen. Without oxygen, there's no way you could start a fire. That's what Hao said. And the X-Laws were like, what the hell? So he just told us at the expense of two comrades? And Marco pointed it out. It's both like it's a taunt, like he's mocking, and also he mentioned that I think it's like he's not afraid, so it's not fear, and he's mocking, and he's really determined that he is unbeatable. So why not tell him at least one of his weaknesses? And so Vanstar, at his last moments, decides to pull out a grenade in the hopes of maybe the grenade is able to at least kill him. The whole purpose is that he asks first, like, if I use this grenade, will everybody in the arena gets blown up? And luckily there's a barrier in the arena that contains the blast. And so Vanstar said, interesting, okay, that's good to know. And then his last words were, we will, with this bomb, it takes away the oxygen, and once the oxygen goes out, the spirit of fire and hopefully you will die in the blast. And so he saluted to the Iron Maiden, and he blows himself off along with Hao and the spirit of fire. And as the smoke cleared, Hao is the one that's left standing and unfazed. And that's the end of the episode. That's the end. And mind you, Yo and the others were looking on. You could see Yo's reaction and making, this fist like, I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel anger because I don't like this feeling. And he asked, like how much longer are you gonna go through this? How long are you gonna keep killing people until you're satisfied? And the thing is, I truly believe he'll only be satisfied once he becomes king. Once he becomes king, that's when he will create this utopia for shamans. So I think that's when at last he will stop the killing once all humans are wiped out. But who knows? And yeah, that's the episode for you. It's a really sad episode, even though, like I said before, it was kind of a little bit disappointed in the Lyserk and Yo scene, because like I said before, I wanted Lyserk to tell Yo about the vision he have seen, and Yo be like, hey, we saw what happened in your match. I see some scars on your chest, and now I'm witnessing Marco slapping you. like, why are you still with them? And tries to at least make an attempt to rescue him from the X-Laws. But that didn't happen. It's kind of disappointing in my opinion. Let's see what else. What do I like? I mean, with the X-Laws, I don't feel bad for them, especially after what happened with their opponents and with Boris. But you can't help but feel for them, especially for Lyserk after being with them. Even though it was a short while, he made friends with them and is forced to watch the match as Hao is easily killing them off one by one. And it sucks. It really sucks. But yeah. Well, anyway, thank you for sticking around, and I hope to see you all again in the next video. And I'll see you all on the other side of Oblivion. And please give a like, subscribe, share. If you dislike it, you could pull a dislike. I don't really care. Just comment so we could talk Shaman King and what you think of the episode, what you like about the episode, what you didn't like about the episode, and start a conversation, I want it to be interactive. Alright guys, I will see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!